There was never a sound beside the wood but one, and that was my long scythe whispering to the ground. What was it whispered? I knew not well myself. Perhaps it was something about the heat of the sun, something perhaps about the lack of sound, and that was why it whispered and did not speak. It was no dream of the gift of idle hours, or easy gold at the hand of fay or elf. Anything more than truth would have seemed too weak to the earnest love that laid the swale in rows. Not without feeble pointed spikes of flowers, pale orchises, and scared a bright green snake. The fact is the sweetest dream that labor knows, my long scythe whispered and left the hay to make. Snow falling and night falling fast, oh fast. In a field I looked into going past, and the ground almost covered smooth in snow, but a few weeds and stubble showing last. The woods around it have it, it is theirs. All animals are smothered in their lairs. I am too absent-spirited to count. The loneliness includes me unawares. And lonely as it is, that loneliness will be more lonely ere it will be less, a blanker whiteness of benighted snow, with no expression, nothing to express. They cannot scare me with their empty spaces, between stars, on stars where no human race is. I have it in me so much nearer home, to scare myself with my own desert places. He thought he kept the universe alone, for all the voice and answer he could wake was but the mocking echo of his own, from some tree-hidden cliff across the lake. Some morning from the boulder broken beach he would cry out on life, that what it wants is not its own love back in copy speech, but counter-love, original response. And nothing ever came of what he cried, unless it was the embodiment that crashed in the cliff's talus on the other side, and then in the far distant water splashed, but after a time allowed for it to swim, instead of proving human when it neared, and someone else additional to him. As a great buck it powerfully appeared, pushing the crumpled water up ahead, and landed pouring like a waterfall, and stumbled through the rocks with horny tread, and forced the underbrush, and that was all. Tree at my window, window tree, my sash is lowered when night comes on, but let there never be curtain drawn between you and me. Vague dream head lifted out of the ground, and thing next most diffuse to cloud. Not all your light tongues talking aloud could be profound. But, tree, I have seen you taken and tossed, and if you have seen me when I slept, you have seen me when I was taken and swept, and all but lost. That day she put our heads together. Fate had her imagination about her. Your head so much concerned without her, mine within her weather. A scent of ripeness from over a wall, and come to leave the routine road and look for what had made me stall. There sure enough was an apple tree that had eased itself of its summer load, and of all but its trivial foliage free, now breathed as light as a lady's fan. For there had been an apple fall, as complete as the apple had given man. The ground was one circle of solid red. May something go always unharvested, may much stay out of our stated plan, apples, or something forgotten and left, so smelling their sweetness would be no theft.